Watched a movie last night that I really wanted to like summarize, but there's like pointers that I wanted to give y'all with the movie. So I was watching this movie and there's like two couple. Well, no, there's a couple. What am I talking about? There's a couple that they're both together, but they're like in poverty, right? Together. Which, side note, like if I'm doing good by myself and I add you to the equation and we are going down instead of going up, I'm sorry, I'm taking myself out of the fucking equation. Maybe I'm the problem that is bringing you ill luck. Because, I will be a nothing ass bitch by myself than be a nothing ass bitch with a man. Sorry, not sorry. But back to the story, right? So she kind of have like a little business that she's doing on the side, and the guy is kind of like not having a job and kind of struggling. And this guy pulls up, kind of see her and thought she was cute and gave her money just because she was cute. Like he was thinking about her in, I guess you could say, lumerance. I don't know if that's the right word. But like, he was having sexual desires for this lady. So she goes back home and their landlord is like kicking them out. I'm summarizing the movie, by the way. The landlord is like, y'all haven't paid rent. Where's my money? And she realizes like, oh, I have this guy that kind of likes me. Maybe he will help me out. So she tells the landlord with her man there, like, oh, just give us 3 days and we could like pay it off. And after the landlord leaves, the guy is like, where you gonna get the money from? So she started thinking to herself like, wait, I can't tell this man really that, I have this man that thinks that I'm like, cute and gives me money for free. I might as well like just tell him that my long lost brother is gonna be the one helping us in a way. So she goes to this guy, asks for this money, and the guy is like, men, dirty pigs. He's like, well, I'm not trying to give you the money for free. I need to like go to town on that cat. You feel me? So she's like, oh, I can't do this because she's in love or whatever. So obviously she goes back and she's trying to like, play the story of like this is her long lost brother that's trying to help them. And the guy is like, so did you like the guy, the boyfriend is don't even give a damn about this conversation. He's just like, well, did you ask him about the rent? That is his focus, right? And she's like, then in her mind, she's like, you know what? I guess I just have to do this. So she goes back to the guy and, shit went down. So this man kind of like made her some type of like. So basically, the guy ended up turning her into like a sex worker. So the whole reason I'm even like summarizing this movie, because it's like, what the hell? So she has to go back. So they ended up moving into a new place. So because they were doing so better than what they were doing before, the boyfriend is like, oh, I need to meet the so-called half brother and see who's this person that's helping us. So she takes him to this guy because the guy was going to play along, right? So she takes him to this guy and the guy is like, oh, I don't mind. I'll help you find a job. The man, I'll help you find a job and da-da-da-da-da. But the whole reason I'm explaining the story is because now she has to go back to the boyfriend and deal with the guilt. And then she has to be lying, being deceitful, feeling guilt. And I'm like, girl, just break up with him. Because there's only so much your body can take. If you're going to be selling cat just to keep you and another man going, take some load off. Because why are you with this man that can provide and you got to be selling cat on the side for y'all to be together? Because don't they say where 2 or 3 are gathered, there's blessing there? If we are gathered together and there's no blessing there, we got to separate. You feel me? So I'm explaining this whole movie, but at the end of the day, obviously the boyfriend started being suspicious that, she always have a new story as to where she's at. All that lying and guilt was weighing her down. that's a lot on your mind, body, and soul to, be deceitful to somebody else, and you're doing something else. Just drop one of them. If you're that comfortable, drop one of them. If you want to be with this poor man, be with him in peace. But to be doing two things at the same time, and you're weighing your body with guilt and shame and lies and deceit, it's just a lot. I think the movie is called, it's a Nollywood movie, of course. It's called Deceitful 3. So if anybody want to see that. But yeah, like the guy ended up finding out, obviously, that this guy was not her brother, and she was basically just being a sex worker. And obviously, men, he was very prideful and be like, oh, I don't want to be with you. Oh, but when I was selling cat, you were happy, we had a house to lay your fucking head, you even complained though. I just think the movie was so silly, because it's like, now this person that is just around, not really bringing much to the table, wants to shame you for what you had to do to keep you guys going. Ain't people funny? Because it's like, if that was on the table, she didn't have to do none of that. None of it.